This is Bob Capetta from the University of Illinois at Chicago, and this lesson is Introduction to Integration by Parts. Now this is connected to the product rule. So remember, the derivative of a product of functions is the derivative of the first function times the second, plus the first function times the derivative of the second. Oftentimes students memorize this with F's and G's, but it's going to be better for us to use U's and V's. So think of it this way: the derivative of a function u of x times v of x is u prime of x times v of x plus u of x times v prime. Now, to enable us to make sense of this, we're going to use the alternate notation. So instead of using u prime of x, we're going to use du dx. Instead of v prime of x, we're going to use dv dx. So we get this, ignoring the x's, but recognizing all of these functions are indeed functions of x. The derivative with respect to x of uv is u prime of x, which is du dx times v, plus u of x times the derivative of v, dv dx. To undo a derivative, we're going to take an integral of both sides. That'll be our ultimate goal. But before we do that, let's just go ahead and switch the order so that it's going to be easier for us to read. Du dxv becomes v du dx, u dv dx becomes u dv dx. Integrating both sides now, we have the integral of the derivative of uv dx is the integral of the right side dx. Now the integral of the derivative of uv is just going to be uv. On the right hand side, notice if you're perceiving this as distributing the dx and the dx would divide out. So the left hand side is simply going to be uv. The right hand side, the dx's are going to go away. Integral of v du plus u dv. Or if you like, integral of v du plus integral of u dv. And we're almost where we want to be now for our integration by parts rule. The integration by parts rule usually starts with the integral of u dv. So let's isolate the integral of u dv. Subtracting the integral of v du from both sides, we get the integral of u dv is uv minus the integral of v du. So putting all that together, this gives us the integration by parts formula. Integral of u dv is uv minus the integral of v du. This is a direct consequence of the product rule. The challenge for the student is going to be to recognize what we're going to substitute for u and what we're going to substitute for dv. And we'll see that in our next video.